Hi folks, this is Ron Marlowe with Wired For You. Going to make the name Emily today in sterling silver wire. Let's start by putting a little clip on it. Here we go. Name Emily is close to my heart. My daughter's an Emily and I want to do a beautiful little job for her. Here we go. Going to take a piece of sterling silver wire. It's square and it's 21 gauge, and we're going to be using the round nose pliers to begin with. Alright, I won't describe each change. It's pretty easy to see here. We're going to first start with the capital letter E. Alright. Changing over to a chain nose. Pulling it backwards. Now we're going to take it around and make the bottom half of the Emily Z. Some people will spiral this off at the end. It's really your own personal preference. We're just going to go on straight to the Emily. The M in Emily, I should say. There's the first bend on it. We go down here, fold forward. The whole letter is about, the capital letter is about an inch tall. The lowercase is about 1/2 inch. Remember when you make the lowercase m to make the middle leg slightly shorter than the other two legs, makes it stand out more. There's this nice little capital letter E and a lowercase m. Off to the I, very simple. Straight up, in this case we'll fold it backwards. Okay, there we go. Off to a lowercase l, bring it on up, give it a little height, go behind, and fold it down. You can go in front and back, it doesn't really matter with this particular letter. There we are so far with the Emily. I'm going to go on to the nice lowercase y, grab it in tight here, and pull it up, back towards the L. Find you a nice little happy spot in here where the Y should start. And we'll go a little bit higher. There we go. Fold it down and forwards. I believe the U-shaped portion of the Y should be the dominant portion, so I make it the part that's in front of the letters. Reach back here behind it, try and get the same height as your other little portion of the U shape, and go on down and make a pull off on the Y. Now, here you have a choice. It's pretty simple. If you take the wire behind, it's going to come off behind. If you take the wire in front of the leg, it's going to come off in front. You might find that advantage in various situations is a little easier. If the Y is in the middle of the name, I like taking it behind. If the Y is at the end of a name, which is very often, then you can take it in front and it gives it a little nicer touch. So here's Emily so far. Alright, these two portions up here we will turn into a bail clasp for someone to run a chain through. That way she can wear it. Pull this over a little bit. Make the upper half of the loop with the large portion of your pliers, scoot down a little bit, go to the shorter part of the pliers and make the final little touch. So you get a nice little swirl in. It becomes a little bit more attractive that way. Fold this portion forward and make a bail clasp. That is just a little jump ring. And for safety features, always try to end the wire in the front. I want to reach through. We're getting down here to the very nib of this thing, which honestly is not how I typically like it. I like to have a little bit of room here. The shorter the wire is, the more apt it is to puncture your finger. So try and end it with a little bit of room in there. Take your side cutters, nippers. Yeah, these are Lindstrom, a nice little set. Reach in here, clip it off, and I'll straighten up that last little piece. You could take it flat nose pliers here and kind of flatten it out. Move it in so that it looks like it's directly above the E. Give it a nice little swirl. There it is so far. We're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Again, starting with a round nose plier, pulling it in somewhat, and then spiraling it outward. Again, using the large portion of the round nose. Now we're going to step down here and take the smaller portion of the nose and we'll spiral it in. Having that piece straight up, go behind, make your bail clasp, and spiral it off. Make sure, again, ending in the front. All right, so As for waste, we had very little waste. We had very small pieces. Straighten everything up, kind of take a peek at it the way it looks, make sure it's balanced. If this piece seems a little bit higher than the other piece, kind of finagle it around. You'll find it's pretty easy to do to adjust the height of the two pieces because you want it to hang straight on the person. Now, Emily needs a little bit more dress up. Earlier in one of my videos, I show you how to make a couple simple hearts. There's one. And this just dangles off the center of the name. Find a place that you're happy with where it might go. Here's a nice little spot. Okay, yeah, I like it right in between the M and the I. And we'll slip it on right in between there. Come on, darling. It's fighting me. There we go. Once you've got that through, hold it again with the chain nose. Take that spiral, the wire at the end, and kind of fasten it. Here's one little simple way to do it. Just end it in the front again. There we go. It's going to go just a little bit more around, then we'll nip it off. There we go. Get inside here. Nip it off facing forward. Should not have any problem. So Emily with a pretty little dangling heart. And you'd run a nice chain through it. Here's an example of that. We'll take a simple piece of chain just so you can see how it hangs. This little dog tag chain is not what I would normally put it on with, but it gives you an idea. And that'll hang pretty. Cool. If you would, please hit the subscribe button down below, and thank you for watching my videos. Bye.